Good morning, everyone. We're just going to do a quick run through on this product called GitLab. Um, it's free, doesn't give you all the features, but it's enough. In this case, I'm only using it for task management. This tool can be used for pretty much anything you want, but a lot of people think it's just for development, coding, DevOps, things like that. But I learned it as a task management tool. I jiggle about 6 relatives in my own tasks at home, and I was able to jiggle 36 items over a 6 week period, including my regular day job. So it's very effective in keeping me focused. So let's start. You want to go to https:// they were forward slashes gitlab.com. You are going to need to set up a user account. It is dual authenticated, so everything's good. But we're just going to give you a quick overview and start. Once you get into my project, I have built out for us. It's called the Ham Radio Volunteer. Um, I'm going to give you a quick run through because there's no need to spend time learning it when really I just need you to look and just see how we're using this and see if it'll help you all do your day-to-day management. So again, left-hand side, we have our different menu system. And again, you're just going to have to use a couple. So we're just going to go ahead and pop right on in here into the Ham Radio Volunteer. Um, and what I have up here is there is a wiki and all that good stuff, but in reality, we don't need a lot. And I've only given you guests, so I'm going to bump up your access once you just take a few more days, look at the vid, kind of play around. Can't hurt anything. The first thing you're going to want to do is go over to manage, and then the one thing you want to do way before you do anything else is come up with your labels. So I've done this enough to know that it wasn't real intuitive. And this way, let me just show you what I did. I hit new label. I give it a title. I give it a description. For background color, notice these colors, not intuitive. Click here. Obviously, you have a color selector. And then you create the label. Here, I'm just keeping things color coded, easy access on the plan that we produce in what we call the Kanban or your issues board. So that's what I do is you got to set that up usually ahead of time, but you can go back and set that up. So I'm going to get out of our labels. Um, See here, these are different labels, and again, they're used all throughout. So accepted task is just what I use in the Kanban board. We always start with open and close. Your open is your backlog. If you want to talk Scrum Agile talk, it's just your list of stuff to do. It's not always prioritized, and you'll see how we can do that. Here we have the Baltimore Amateur Radio Club. So I've kind of done it, built this out by, accepted in process. It's going to make sense in a minute, but these are things that I've got to really highlight on. And my tasks are to be singular. So again, Japanese method, small bites. That's all we do in process now. So that's your labels. On your members, what I've done is I've got me in there twice. Looks like Neil came in and Dave. So again, here I just have you set up as guests. But what I do is I just send you out a invite for that. Pretty simple. I don't really use activity much, although basically it's an audit trail if you want to go there. If you want to see what I've done. Again, just go ahead and play around. Don't get lost, but you don't really have to use this for a lot because I've done all the work for you. Next thing you really want to look at is plan. And we have two things. We have issues, issue boards, and milestones. But really, all I'm doing is freeforming the issues. Let me show you that. Um, Now you can see my issues are all in a list. Blah, 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 blah. You can do some sorts. By the way, over here, you can do different things. So you can sort it. You can go by created date, different priorities, blah, 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 blah. Don't be afraid to go click because that's how I learned. So you can look at all. Well, it's free form. Like I say, don't put the blinders on. Just go have fun. We're going to do a new issue here. Remember these little dots. You can CSV it. Jira is just another tool. I've used Jira. I've used Azure, Team Foundation, pretty much every development tool now after 20 years in government and all over. I've probably used almost every tool. But GitLab we use at work. I like it. It's been effective. So I'm using that. and I can help you get into it. So let's go create a new issue. Let's see. I got a new one to even create, by the way. So I did a new one. We do have a requirement. That'll be TRX to BTN, and that's just a Baltimore net traffic net, which I listened into last night to get a hang of it. Yes, I actually listened. So is this an issue or incident? And it's just an issue for me. And again, all we are is simple stuff, guys. Don't go overboard with text. It's still managed. It takes a little time. I got it assigned to me, and I could build out milestones. But this is part of my training, so we can keep that simple. And I'm going to give it a due date because I should be able to get this done by the 21st. So again, it's best if whoever does the work assigns their own estimate. If management or you guys, stakeholders, don't like that, then we conference. But again, we're volunteers, so I think it's good to always have a date just to keep you, the human being, pushed to a goal. Um, it's a psychological thing when you get into tools. I can explain it later. So now I'm going to create this issue just so you can see this, see how easy it is. This is all in the cloud. It runs pretty quick. So here, what I can do is, what I like to do is take the emails that we knock around between our different organizations, which have the why, what, who, where, why, and pull it and just shove it right here in our activity. And by doing that, whenever we get on a call once a month, or when you all have to do your reporting and things, it's like it should take you a lot less time. Again, that's all I do in my life is speed up and cut. I call it dead time, and that's what we called it when we were in the shooting sport. Because if you're not hitting the target, it's dead time. That means drop mags, reload. You never go in with like 2 rounds in the mag. So it's a lot of different things I've learned from sports and from process over the years. But that's pretty much how I roll. I try to squeeze every bit of time that's wasted out, other than my gabbling. So here is just TRX to BTN this week, and it'll be a no traffic, just check in. And I know how to do that now because I learn every day. Spend a few minutes every day learning here and try not to bother you guys now. And plus, you can go up here and see where I'm going. And that's the other idea is I know I'm rapid fire. I get a lot done when my cylinders are firing. I drive everybody crazy. So no wonder they just let me sit at home and be remote. But anyway, guys, it's good. Use the extra energy. I'm feeling better from the shingle stuff. It's kind of crazy, but hey, basically use the same old troubleshooting skills I've used for everything else in life. But again, we see what we're doing here. I'm going to do a check-in and try to be doing some driving around as I go skiing and things like that. I'm well aware of the repeater online. I've logged into them. I know the different repeaters. I saw how to get that through the different routes I drive. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to capture, create, and build into like a first-timer fact. So that way somebody can just say, hey, if you're really this new, just follow my flow chart. And that will help keep people from, constantly, hitting you with emails like I was doing. So that'll be good. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and add this comment. I just did that just so it goes. I think it goes anyway, but just to be sure. Now, the next thing I want to do is go into plan again, but instead of issues, I want to go to issue board. Now, remember, 90% of the world is terminology. Obviously, we know the electronics is pretty current in history. So, and you all have taught me why we use all kinds of weird symbols and French and stupid stuff. But I'll tell you, the medical's worse with all that Latin. Anyway, let's bring this up. This is where the fun happens. Let me show you what's going on. We always have an open, we have a close. What you can do is you can drag and drop these to, drag and hold and move your stuff around. And that's your priority, A, B, C, hey, easy stuff. Call it a Kanban board. We can also move it to different things. So I can go ahead and move this to accept it because I know it's going to happen sometime, just to show you that it moved there. So when I actually get to doing it, it'll move in process and then we'll close it out. And again, this is great because as you guys as stakeholders, you can just sit and look and just boom, 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 boom. manage, manage, manage. And that's how we're really effective now at work. I mean, I've seen this stuff and we really pump out stuff. It's amazing what we get done. And a lot of the engineers, they're pretty good at this. The main leads are real good at this. That's how I learned it. I've been exposed now for 2 years in some very exciting projects, which I can't tell you about yet. So, but I know they're there, and I'm really excited. So let's just hold it there and see where I am. So you can see I've got a member survey coming up, and that's just for me. I want to see in Facebook what they want to see. If I put something out there and I'm really new and somebody kind of is nice, but maybe not so nice in their terms. I'm used to that. I have really thick skin. Come on, my dad was a merchant marine. 5 minutes earlier, you're late. You know, he sent me home without pay before. Trust me, piece of cake. Member survey, Six Sigma, you know the deal. You're going to hear a lot of good things. You're going to hear the worst things. Then you got to pull it, categorize it. 80-20 plan, fix what you can. Take everything with a grain of salt. We can't make everybody happy. For you guys, your member survey, probably a Survey Monkey or something for doing your 1 year and 5 year plan. Obviously, on my list is my general license, which I'll go back and start studying for now that I know what to do and know how to do. There's the TRX training in there. This is just a hold point for just the general organization promotional, blah, 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 blah. I got to run a fiber for brats. And let me just show you that. I just want to show you what we've done with that just in a few days of working, of me just getting on the emails with Neil and everybody. So we basically said, hey, I kicked out, what I'm trying to do around this stupid winter and weather and trying to get my ski time in. And that's just mental health, and it really is fun. And I can't wait to get on the mountain and actually see what I can pick up with a radio. I guess you guys maybe catch the bug. Anyway, you can see here, I was able to copy those emails here. That's great. We no longer have to fish through emails. Oh, it gets hard, doesn't it? So we got right here, we got some idea of what days work for people. We see that Fred came back with, his days he can't, which is perfect. That's how we manage, and he's even talking about the ladders and how we need to get permission and set all that up. So you can see this is really effective to just take it, pop it, and then I think Neil's secretary on this. It should be pretty effective. Again, we got our labels here, who's assigned to. We don't need epics. That's just a large overall project scope, which would be our ham radio. Yeah, not hard. Again, see, I think you see that. I'm going to go back into plan again and see our issue boards. But that's really I wanted to get you shown in there. I'm just putting in some basic tasks, categorizing, sorting, and then moving them. So I'm pretty much active, and I'll have some questions for you probably tomorrow about how you want to proceed, how we want to handle messages coming in. We probably need to put a notice out there that says, hey, we're only going to maybe respond to emails, maybe not every day, but, within 3 days, something. Again, you're stakeholders. I'm the idea guy. I'm vision, I'm new. I have no clue. I'm just going to feed you stuff. Take a couple days, think about it, see what works for you and what doesn't. I'm pretty malleable, but I think this is really helping. You'll see I'm a scatterbrain, so if I do focus, I get a lot done. I got the BTN listened in. Again, I recorded that. I listened to, I know my handheld is hooked up. I made sure that was coded with Chirp. And I actually listened and found some people doing a mobile test to a base station on 583. I just listened and I used my tactical antenna. Last night I used the 771, which is radiology, knockoff of a Nagoya, but again, clears Bell 59. So all good there. And I think that's about it because that's all we need. And again, feel free, have fun. GitLab itself has a lot of training. I can fill you there, but you guys are pretty smart, and I think I can help you get through this. It took me a few weeks to get on board with this, but I'm really good at getting that summary done for the rest of you to get up to speed. And I'm telling you, my managers at work love dashboards. I do too. QA, we can be anywhere, remote, online, on our phone. Obviously, if it's secure, we use VPNs at work, and Yeah, it's great, and it really it there's a psychological aspect to all these tools. Believe it or not, it's called the crack effect, and it just makes you be more interactive with your screen, touch and grab, and you start like really getting competitive into getting things done, or at least I do. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. The other thing is I don't have to remember because man, at our age, we already forgot more than we can remember. So this just is a nice little way of helping the brain. All right, I'm rambling away, and we're going to get out of here. And again, over here, a lot of this stuff isn't going to really work because there was no need to set it up. We're not pushing code. We're not doing builds. We're not doing any of that. We're just using this for nothing more than a task management dashboard for the stakeholders. We can even set up one, for any group. Subgroups, work groups, whatever you have. And I think um, we I can definitely take point and get everybody up to speed, and I think it'll really help people be wanting to volunteer because life's a little bit easier, and it's I know everybody's got a life and has commitment, but I think this will help us. Anyway, have a great day.